Kirsten Fleming joins me now, along with political commentator E.D. Hill and senior fellow at the American Principles Project and director at Early Vote Action, Paula Scanla. Welcome to all of you here. Kirsten, I'm going to start with you because we quoted you.
Thank you.
You know, it's interesting. I've heard some other examples of comparing this to the royal feud with Harry and Meghan Markle. I have reasons why I think it's different, but you elaborate on your point there.
Yeah, I mean, there's this idea that, like, they have to get their truth out here, right? So they both come from very famous families, both had very public estrangements, and they both went and blabbed about it. And I think that there's a way and a place to stand up for yourself and tell your truth, and that's in the family living room. So I think that there are lots of parallels, and of course, you know, all eyes are on this. And with Harry, you know, you're starting to see how the fracture is now coming to fruition, that he's really in a tough spot where his father is not well. He has cancer. We don't know how severe it is and how much longer he's going to live, if there's, you know, any question about that. But we do see that there is a really hard way back from this.
Yeah, I think that's true. And I think very often when people, of course, look at other families, it's very easy, as we're doing right here, jumping in and saying, oh, well, this happened, this shouldn't happen, they should handle it this way. Nobody knows unless they're in that situation. But what really is striking me about this, besides being famous people who are talking out, is the oddness of something that I have observed among many of my female friends, even personally at times, where there's something with certain women who can't let go of their sons. When you actually hear about what Victoria allegedly did, jumping in before their first dance, and there were eyewitnesses who now have come forth and said, yeah, it was really awkward. She nuzzled into his neck. Again, I've seen this happen in real life before, and that is something strange that I think a lot of times we see with women. And we're hearing often, oh, but she's his mother, he should respect her. Sometimes it's too toxic. What do you think, Edie?
Well, I'm feeling kind of guilty right now.
Uh-oh, spill the tea.
Yeah, I've got a lot of kids, as you know. And my son, who is a sophomore in college, I still occasionally call Pookie Bear. And my other kids get on me and they go, I know, I'm hearing the snickering from the guys behind the camera. And they go, you can't call him that. And it's like, yeah, but you just want to cling to it because you love your kids.
But what
so
about
much.
his girl? Like, what about, like, say, a girlfriend?
I don't get into that.
That's different.
And I don't do any nuzzling on the dance floor, but I do force him to dance with me at least once anytime we have the chance.
That's fair, and I think it's different. I think when that relationship, though, the closest with one son, goes to the point where there's almost jealousy about a girlfriend or a spouse or a mate. And, you know, I don't know if this is something that is just because this family is in the spotlight. Again, I think this almost exacerbates what they're going through. Do you think it's right to go back to what Kirsten was saying, that these, as she said, you know, whiny boys are coming out and airing the family's dirty laundry?
I mean, I think two things can be true at once. I think he shouldn't be airing the dirty laundry, but also his family could be at fault. His parents could have made mistakes in parenting him, or their relationship, or the mom is too much. All that can be true, but I will say is things are better when you handle them personally, face to face. A long statement like that, maybe one or two words, okay, fine, a couple sentences. There was pages and pages. I couldn't even read through it, and I love drama. And I love drama, and I couldn't read through it.
It was definitely a long journal entry, probably meant to be private. I want to get to this, though. This Beckham feud reminds many of a certain monster-in-law. It was a movie title. What?
Oh my God.
Charlie, will you marry me?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Oh. Oh, I'm so happy for you.
Oh my God, I can't believe this.
So happy for you. Congratulations. So pleased that you're going to be my daughter.
a little exaggerated, but that is sort of what I was talking about. I will tell a little story. I remember I have a very dear friend, and she got engaged, and she and her parents and the soon-to-be mother-in-law all got together for brunch the morning after they got engaged. Everybody was there. Immediately, the groom was having panic attacks, was in the bathroom sick the entire time. The mother-in-law-to-be was asking, you know, what the couple did the night before after they got engaged, and the bride-to-be said, oh, you know, we got engaged in Central Park, and then we went to this restaurant. We had raw oysters. She immediately said, my son does not eat raw oysters, and then proceeded to trash the engagement ring and all of those things. True story here, not just made for the movies. Kirsten, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, there is a certain compromise that you are going to have to make as a mother of a son, especially that can be the most contentious relationship. But I look at the way that he went about this, and he's talking about what was the most humiliating thing that's ever happened to him in his life, that his mother danced with him in front of friends and family. Says to me that he's had pretty easy road, and I think he's stuck between two very strong families. The Pelts are powerhouses, the Beckhams are powerhouses, and he's being sort of, I think, whoever's in his ear.
Yeah, and we got to go, but I'm just going to say, I mean, also people who were there said, you know, Nicola, it was supposed to be their big moment. She was, their dance was hijacked. She ran from the room in tears. So I'm going to give thumbs up to Brooklyn here for standing up for his wife here. This stuff can be tough.
I think he needs to grow up.
I agree.
I think his parents need to grow up. All right, we got to leave it there.